I said this, we had this discussion talking about his effectiveness. And we like to talk about physical skill set. Oh, we have a rifle arm. Oh, this guy can run. But playing the quarterback position is about effectiveness. And I have yet to see anyone, or I have yet, and I told you this last week, Sharon, I have yet to see anyone that I will take in that San Francisco offense over Brock Purdy.
No,
you ask me, is he an MVP? I said absolutely. I said it last week, I said it this week. Absolutely. The way he handles this offense and disperse that football, and it's an offense that's supposed to have an answer to everything, and everybody doesn't always find that answer.
Right.
He has scored 100 on every test he has taken. I will take him, and I'm going to say this, I want you guys to say, I will take him over any quarterback on that team and in that system, including the quarterback we have in Kansas City right now, Patrick Mahomes. I'm taking Brock Purdy over in this system with Kyle Shanahan. This is the perfect fit. Now, Patrick Mahomes found the perfect fit for his skill set when he landed in Kansas City. You rarely find this where the offensive coordinator and the quarterback fit so perfectly together. We saw it, Tom Brady and Belichick, for what they did years and years ago. We saw it again, because it doesn't happen much, with Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And you see it now with Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy. I'm taking Brock Purdy over anybody in that system.
I agree. He should be the MVP of the National Football League, because the way you measure quarterbacks is with quarterback rating, with QBR, one of Skip's favorite things to measure. He's won in both. His QBR right now,
away with both.
His QBR right now is 83.5 right now, which is very close to what Aaron's was in 2011. Aaron Rodgers, I'm speaking of, in his MVP season. But all you keep hearing about, he doesn't have the big arm, he's not Mahomes, he's not this. Like, at this point, y'all not watching the tape. The tape is all I care about. Effectiveness. Are they winning? He has all these weapons. I haven't seen a successful quarterback without weapons. I have not. You talk about Burrow. He has weapons. You talk about Josh Allen. He has weapons. You talk about Mahomes. He has Travis Kelce, and he had Tyreek Hill for a while. And you see how effective those guys are. So I get frustrated when people say, oh, it's because he got so many weapons. There have been a lot of people to play in this offense. There are a lot of quarterbacks right now playing in this offense for other teams. They are not playing it as effectively as Brock Purdy is. Give that man the flowers he deserves. Yes, he should be the MVP of the league. If he continues to play at this level, limits the turnovers, and this team is on the trajectory to win a Super Bowl, he should get the MVP if it's not Christian McCaffrey. That's the only thing I think that would stop it, is if Christian McCaffrey steals some of his votes and it goes that way. But, I mean, anything else is just silly. He's first in quarterback rating. He's first or second in yards per attempt, second in completion percentage, 9 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. What more can you ask for him?
What they ask for is the dramatic. So you give Aaron Rodgers those numbers, we saw some dramatic throws between Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams in double teams and triple teams where he threaded the ball. So we say that's an MVP. No, an MVP is the dude that finds all the answers without having to make that dramatic throw. We get caught up on those dramatized plays. That's why we love to see it. And we always say, oh, that was the greatest. That was the greatest. It's the guy that knows how to run the system perfectly, and this guy is running it perfectly. Remember, the guy that won the most Super Bowls, he didn't make all the greatest of throws than Tom Brady. He just ran a system perfectly and dispersed the ball perfectly, and then dispersed it himself to make 7 or 8 Super Bowls.
And don't discard tight window throws, because I think he's first or second in the league in tight window throws. So everybody's like, he's throwing to wide open guys. When they're not wide open, he's still the most accurate in the National Football League.
Okay, so you guys are preaching to my choir of last week when I told you running away with MVP, and I'm going to take it one more step. This guy named Tom Brady grew up just up the highway there from where they play right now in San Francisco. He used to be a little closer to Candlestick than this arena right now, this football field. But the point is, this is Tom Brady's home country. And all of a sudden, it took me a while to come around to Brady. It took about a year and a half because I was such a Joe Montana fan. And I kept saying, no, he doesn't have that big of an arm, and he's not that mobile. And I'm looking at Brock Purdy. He doesn't even have Tom's arm. He doesn't have Tom's height because Tom's a full 6'4", and I don't know what we're giving this kid, 6'1" to 2-ish, somewhere in there. He plays like he's about 6'1", but he is mobile. He can move in the pocket to create time to throw, and that throw he made to Kittle for the first touchdown where he was on the move, it was a big-time National Football League pro football throw. He made several of those.
Right, he made
My point is, he's early Tom Brady. He's on that arc. He is, because he doesn't do anything wrong. So we said last week, I kept hearing back on this show, well, he only has 5 touchdown passes to 0 interceptions. Well, now he's got 9 to 0. Is that good enough? He has started and finished 12 games in this league. He's 12-0 in those games. 12-0, it's impossible. You can say scheme. You can say Kyle. You can say talent. You can say Kittle. You can say Debo. You can say Ayuk. You can say, and Christian McCaffrey. You can say all the above. You still have to play the position at the highest level. He is way better than Dak Prescott ever thought about being, because he is unflappable. He is unflustered. He stands back there, as I said earlier in the show, like he's playing soft toss catch. He reads it so quickly, he picks out the absolute most open receiver, and then he just throws him a little radar rainbow, just flicks his wrist, and all of a sudden it drops right into the breadbasket. And I'm saying, we have a wizard calling plays for a wizard. Because this kid's a wizard.
They're both.
Hogwarts.
They're both.
Hogwarts. That's what he's right out of Hogwarts. I've never seen anything like it. I thought Tua was doing this with McDaniel in Miami, but this is a whole nother level from that, because he is leading the league as Brock Purdy in completions over 10 yards. He was 72% going into last night, and he didn't miss a throw. So he's going to run away with that. As Richard said, running away with passer rating, running away with QBR. He's 84-78 over Josh Allen, who, by the way, lost yesterday in London. And 84-78, trust me, I know QBR, it's a monumental gap. He is destroying the NFL, but he's doing it as Mr. Irrelevant, so he still doesn't get the relevance that he deserves. People are still sleeping on him because it doesn't look sensational while he's doing it.
And we find ways to take credit away from him when we speak this mess out our mouths, and we don't even know it. Like, we'll say things like, well, you know, the players he has, they're great run-after-catch players. Right. But he's dropping that ball in the right place so they can run after the catch. And it makes a huge difference. I'm telling you.
Michael, how many times last night did the ball leave his hand and it was so effortless, I thought, that's going to be intercepted. Somebody's going to get a hand on that. No. It drops right down the chimney.
Or right over a linebacker and right in the hands of a receiver. It's perfect.
And just like you just said, Skip, and what you're saying, Irv, if he was Trey Lance, and he had went number 3 overall in this draft, the conversation would be completely different. You'd be talking about him like they talk about Mahomes. And that's what we need to be talking about him like anyway. Don't say, oh, we're just waiting for him to come back to reality. This is reality. This is what he's doing. This isn't his first game. This 12 games in. And he hasn't lost. He hasn't shown you anything. It's not like 2 games, 3 games. Oh, we need to see more. He's done it in the playoffs. He's done it in the regular season. He's done it against good teams. He's done it against bad teams. What else do you need to see? Before this game, Dallas Cowboys, as Skip has said so eloquently, were the #1 defense in a number of categories. So you could say this is the best defense in football until you see Brock Purdy and he put up 42 on them. Like it's Don Julio, like he Jackie Robinson. And then I hear the narrative and the goalpost switching and changing and saying, oh, oh, man, they didn't have this, or they weren't this, or where's Trayvon Diggs, or what? Stop moving the goalposts.
Yeah.
A beautiful call game, too, though, because you can see it. You can see where Kyle Shanahan was just spanking Dan Quinn. I mean, everything. when Brock Purdy dropped back, and it doesn't look like anything's open, then here comes Ayuk right in the hole. He throws the ball. Looked like he's throwing the ball away, and then Ayuk comes right. It was a perfect
Richard,
game plan.
I know how much you love Christian McCaffrey, and so do I. I respect the heck out of him because he plays so hard and so smart. But it got to the point last night by the second quarter when if he handed it or tossed it to Christian, I was like, thank you. Because I did not want to see that kid drop back again, because every time he dropped back, we got shredded. We got hurt. He made another effortless flick of a throw that was another 30 or 40 yards. And I want to say, this kid has taken Kyle and John Lynch off the biggest hook in the NFL because they spent the sun and the moon, 2 suns and 2 moons, to go up and draft Trey Lance. And I still believe in Trey Lance, and I hope someday he gets his shot and proves himself in his second go-round in Dallas.
Can I just say this before we go?
Hey, what if?
Y'all have given me a little hope here. Just talking with you guys, because the more we talk about it, the reality is we are talking about the perfect game plan last night. We're talking about the perfect quarterback and operating the perfect game plan last night, and that's why the Cowboys got destroyed. I don't see any other kind of perfection like that in the National Football League. So now I'm finding hope in this as we come to a close with all of this.
As quickly as we give it, as quickly as we're going to take it away, because the Arizona Cardinals did not play a perfect game. And they beat you by double digits, and there are better teams that will walk it. So you talk about all the weapons people have. Arizona Cardinals didn't have the weapons. They took you behind the woodshed. There are a lot of teams lining up to take you right back.
Okay, I got it. But last night, I wanted to see Brock Purdy with Micah in his lap all night, and it did not happen.
He did. He babied him. He babied him.
And it won't happen, Skip. It won't happen. And this is why you got me pulling a little towards I need that to do what I need that to do. Now, that's just the reality. And I need him to step up and make some plays to win football games when you're playing up against the San Francisco 49ers team. That's the reality now. You can't do it on defense, not against that robot that's perfect.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.